If your IHC is, you had Score, who played a fantastic game, had massive impact on Overpass. Blitz played a fantastic game as well. Annihilation had a good clutch. You had a bunch of things work out. Techno is good on the lurks, and here they go very fast.
Well, very quick indeed. Blitz goes out and gets a double. Now, how good was he on the second map? He was just incredible.
Round's over.
And yeah, straight away into the site, no issues. We'll see if Roy does anything here. Score just comes back into the lobby, and it's clean. IHC with the pistol.
And this is the thing, the gamble on the CT side. Start 3 heavy ramp in case it's a ramp rush. They run straight in towards the top site. You lose both the opening exchanges, and then you have to try and retake with the T's already set up. So, as I said, round over.
Yeah, the upper bomb site on Pisteron can be tough to defend. Even if you have all the resources there, there can be some awkward stuff that goes down. So, I mean, it diminished. Yeah.
It's the one round as well if you're the T side. Ooh. Maybe not the one round, but oh, there it is. Techno will remove him. One of the rounds where you have a pretty good idea that the CTs won't have both incendiaries, right? If they want to be a little bit crazy and buy a pistol round incendiary, sure, you don't see it too often.
But you're not going to have hut and door blocked.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
So that's why they were able to find both paths of least resistance here, and Blitz opens up.
I like that play from Score too. Annihilation gets contact on the flank, and he's like, "We got numbers. I'll come back and help out. I'll come back and swing for this fight." Beautiful.
Oh, Cloud9 have just entered. Hello, Hobbit. Hello, Axile.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
They've just entered the studio. I'm trying to make it feel more lively in here, guys. I'm going to say hi to everybody.
Trying to be a little friendly with the players.
Let's create that environment. Let's say hello to everyone. Make everybody feel seen.
Do you think that the Nerf gun can hit the ceiling?
The what gun?
I do.
The
foam blaster, shotgun.
Yeah.
Here we go. I reckon you could do that, Chad, especially when you got.
My parents would be.
I'll do it then.
Now I'm on.
Diggo's like, my parents won't care.
Yep. There we go. It does
He even aimed it in the direction of the teams.
Wow,
as well,
you hit Hobbit right in the eye.
God damn.
And we'll be needing a stand in that groove. We'll be playing the match later today.
Sorry, Hobbit.
This one is a force buy scenario here. Molly lined up for top heart from Annihilation.
Just a set piece.
I feel like he's lucky he came in with that clutch late.
Yeah.
He
was.
He really. Not that the clutch was lucky, just that it was a redeeming round.
Yeah, and I mean, it was like deja vu to the clutch he had gotten beaten on previously also. FASHR's playing around the smoke, sees nothing, waiting to pounce, coming through. Everyone's ready for that. Everyone's staring right at him, but Mezzi and the site is dropped next. Roy is still alive. Roy's got 2.
Oh, Roy's deagle always finds a way, and now he picks up a rifle. They've overwhelmed him from 2 sides, and IHC does get a little worrying at one point, but able to recover it. Now,
I'll be honest, guys. You know how I came in and I said, yeah, look, I think the IHC could do it on Nuke. I think they can win it.
Yeah.
Well, when I was in checking if where Rushley was this morning, J-Raz and MC, they're hanging out. They're doing their bits and bobs back there, and we were chatting about the series, and MC goes, I reckon they can do it. And I go, what? He goes, if they get to Nuke, I think they can win it. So I went, all right, I like it. And then I've just stolen MC's prediction. I've run with it all day. So thanks to MC, I've been predicting IHC.
Okay.
It's making you look like a
and
genius
even now, you've set it up to blame someone else if it fails.
Yeah,
precisely.
Yeah.
So
you're really playing the game well.
Worlds. You got to know how to do these things. And
stealing opinions all the time, Chad.
Yeah. Well, someone's got to do it.
There's nothing like putting different predictions on different platforms, so you're always right.
Yeah, you know,
that was when Yanko was teaching me.
Twitter, you say something different on a podcast.
Exactly.
On the broadcast, something different. When there's an official broadcast graphic, you give a different answer.
Yep.
That way, you're more likely to be right.
Just splitting your personality up into multiple different
Yeah, I don't even
facets.
need to choose to do that half the time. It
just happens naturally.
It just depends on which side of the bed I wake up.
Well, fnatic is stacked over in ramp room, so nothing's been discovered yet. But I mean, Annihilation, I wonder how far he's going to go in that lower bomb site.
Can we do a round as well?
Sure.
Not this next eco maybe, where we only say player names wrong.
Okay.
Sure.
I can start it. We can start it now.
All right.
FASHR and Annihilation. Oh, that's a nice spin. And Crumbs. See, it's harder than I thought.
Skur.
Roj.
Yeah.
SK0R.
It'd be very easy, like, depending on how wrong you want to go, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
You have to use the letters and somewhat make a sound out of what's available. Okay, that's the new rule set.
That was just an idea I was floating, guys. It doesn't seem like
I don't think it worked. It didn't really catch on.
It didn't really work.
Like it. You guys didn't love it.
The Fnatic stack didn't really work all that well either.
But they got an AK.
They got an AK.
They wouldn't have an AK otherwise.
True.
So, Niku doos.
Messi.
Bart.
Simpson.
There you go. Fart. Okay.
Fartak.
Wow. Come on now.
That's the Twitch
Toilet
name.
humor.
That's the Twitch name when he's having it when he misses a shot.
Toilet humor, man.
That's the best kind of humor sometimes, Chad.
Didn't you do toilet humor this morning for the cold open? In a way.
Oh, literally, I was in a toilet.
Yeah,
this
literally,
morning.
you were in a toilet.
That did happen.
Yeah.
All right, well, Nikodos could have bought out an AWP here. He has opted to stick with this retained AK-47 defuse kit. He should buy one. He's the only one who can buy one.
It.
And he's the only one who will not buy one.
That's the selfishness of oppers right there.
Yeah, so they better hope it doesn't get into a post plan, or we'll be turning our eyes in one direction and one direction only. Zane's way.
Oh, that's a nice nade. Dissuades Blitz from being aggressive on top of Silo. And no presence outside for IHC. Looks like right out of the gates, they want to set up another hit towards the upper bomb site. Maybe trying to train fnatic a little bit and set some things up for later. And now they reconvene again. Everyone vacates lobby.
But I like
towards
this.
Outside.
I like this, right? Knowing they're going up against the first rifle round, allow the CTs to use the lion's share of their util. Now you get to dictate the pace of this with everything you've held on to. The smoke wall to be lined up, and they're pretty confident nobody's close. You can tell by the positioning of how they're throwing these smokes here. So all just scuttled across the ground. No need from spawn, and that means if Roy has seen the trajectory, he'll know that there are 3 players very close here.
He's doing a lot of damage through these smokes, but eventually they will just cross down secret with him. Bartek going first, the rest of the squad starting to make their way down. And
I think he did have the read, Chad, because there's 2 players dropped down in secret.
Yeah, for sure.
well, here we go. Mezzi and FASHR set up together. Mezzi on the stairway, FASHR in the vent. How will IHC deal with this first obstacle? Utility goes in, flashes, Molotovs. Yet to really cause some pressure, and now they start to cross. Mezzi pops up with the first. They got in for the second player in the vent, but he just can't break through the in-game leader, who gets himself a double kill, and FASHR helps. Finally, Annihilation activates, and that's a nice second shot that opens up a pathway into B.
Crims is here, though. Crims can actually provide a little bit of resistance. Oh, decision to make, and Techno's making plenty of noise. Going to make the flank down vents very easy for Nikodos because he's got the bomb and he's got to get into the site, and now a perfectly lined flank is opened up.
Yeah, well, the bomb will at least go down, but getting more than that, it all comes down to this fight, and Nikodos is going to win it immediately. Roy peeks with him, and they've got the job done.
So the only issue in that scenario right there, if they wanted any chance of winning that round, IHC, was Techno going double doors when Annihilation went to decon. Because we all know that with that smoke, you can limp it forward, you block off the decon door as well as the cross towards the back of site. And then you saw Techno realized, hold up, I need to get into the site and plant somehow. I have to now run all the way back around. That cost them a bit more time. It allowed a little bit of extra time for Nikodos to get down to the vent and be faster on the flank, and then they had positional advantage everywhere. So a very nice round there from fnatic, handled from Roy outside with that information. And their first round in this map number 3, which, again, is an elimination game.
And Nikodos gets a reprieve. We don't have to yell at him for not buying a kit.
Lucky boy.
Lucky.
All right. Well, score into a Mac 10 here.
Bit of a last-minute fumble around. Techno's going to end up with that Mac 10. Score switches out to the AK.
Jason, you can close that. We don't need that anymore.
Cool.
Yeah, that was going to be a segment, but
It's not a segment anymore.
It'll be later.
In the bit.
It'll be later in the day.
Cool.
Did notice something about you today, Chad, that I didn't know before. You're a bounty man. You like bounties.
I do like a bounty. I think a lot of people hate on the bounty for no good reason. Probably one of the better chocolates.
I think when you're in the... You get the celebration boxes, right?
Yes, they took the bounties out, didn't they?
Well, no, I think, at least for where I live, the bounty's always the one left at the end.
I heard they took them out.
Damn.
We'll have to check the news on that.
Didn't know that. That's a sad day.
Well, no one's respected this smoke wall outside here from IHC. The fnatic individuals have not rotated down and getting ready for the top pop. So this is about to get biffy.
Here comes the attack. FASHR at the back of the site. Just Techno and Bartek. Those are some snappy kills. FASHR at least able to use the utility for one, and Crims commits himself over the top of heaven. Maybe this push from Nikodos can get something. But the problem is, I don't think he's going to be ready for the player so passive at Squeaky Door, but he's going to hold anyway. They run back into the hut. And that's Nikodos with a free kill, but it's Score now who will activate the close, and Annihilation works in tandem. A 4-1 start for IHC.
Yeah, Team Ace in this round as well, just banging out hut.
I like the way that Score celebrates, right? It just, you know, it looked down the line and clap. Like, that was a solid round.
Yeah.
I love, like, the pathing. Check this. So Techno knows he scouts front of the site as the util landing back of the site. Bartek knows that he's going to have to deal with that silo player trying to swing out and kill his teammate. I love that. The flight paths there, very ironed out for that top pop.
Great trading as well. One other positive thing to take for IHC into this Nuke match, they're on a 7-map Nuke win streak right now.
Oh, I said they were going to win it.
Yeah, yeah, he did.
Thanks, MC.
Shout out MC.
Oh, it's curious that Blitz doesn't leave the chair either. I noticed between map 1 and map 2 he didn't leave, and then map
He didn't do it
2
either?
and 3, he
2 and
didn't
3?
leave. He just chills. He just sits there. He's just staring
Well,
at
it
the
seems to
screen.
be working.
Does he
Yeah.
have to pee?
I don't know. Well, maybe, or he could be using the bottle method.
Yeah, the
Maybe
bottle
it's a
method is
theory,
ju-
because
is
I know
strong.
people have a theory that you like to play Counter-Strike while you need to pee because it makes you more focused because you want to get the game done so you can go pee.
That works if you kind of have to pee. If you're like in an emergency situation, 2 maps.
Yeah, if the bladder's overflowing.
Yeah, that one is you know, there's a sweet spot there.
Okay, well, 2 MP9s, a FAMAS, and a sweet spot.
Yeah, thank you for the insight.
Here we go, fast-paced
Ooh.
again. Down vents and challenging ramp room. Crims, you're locked in. You missed the jump, and it's all over. Molotov to keep them at bay. Roy's already down low, double kill, and Annihilation's got to do something. Him and Score.
Well, Roy's down here, looking to cause a few more problems, but Score is so quick, but unfortunately it is just going to be one more for him. Annihilation has to do something here, but Nikodos has had his number quite a few times in the series, and it's Blitz who managed to slip down the vent early. That's the last player to die. fnatic get their second here on Nuke.
Was Roy starting Secret? He was there very quickly.
Yeah,
I'm assuming
right.
he was going to go start Secret and just came back when Crims was calling the ramp rush.
So that's a fortunate position to find yourself in there with IHC making this pace change. You can see it here, minute 38. So the time that you're highlighting here, of course, right? Unless... yeah, you exactly. He's
It's the only
going to
thing I
be
can think
starting
of,
ready
yeah.
either for a vent drop or for a secret play, and he
Yep.
just fortunately worked out that he was ready for them to start coming down
If
ramp
Roy's
there.
not there, that round's over. They'd probably lose.
Snowball in towards that lower side for sure. Okay, well, IHC have invested everything they've got and more, and trying again, lads.
There they go, into Crims. This could be quite a meaty round for the Swede. Oh, just balls in the end, no meatballs, and he's gonna go down.
That's the life of a ramp player. He just missed that timing on the first player coming through and made it real awkward and uncomfortable. But now they have some utility to make this worth. Blitz, that's very aggressive. And that's an AK-47 dropped. And once again, it's Roy to recover.
Well,
not ready.
4K gets another one and switches out, upgrades into the A1S.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
And the utility as well just keeps Nikodos at bay. He can't quickly trade. And so with that smoke, that's actually locked IHC into some safe space. They can maneuver, they can reposition. Nikodos doesn't feel comfortable about going to the other side of the double doors. So IHC with full time to play with. It's got a minute left and 3 players up. Nikodos still trying to cause a few issues for them, but he's alone down here. And a nice quick shot on Annihilation. Needs a bit more though.
They don't have any smoke to block any of these doors. They're just going to have to go for the plant at some point. And they're taking way too much time to find this player. Nikodos has just stalled them out. And now his teammate FASHR is going to start getting in a really strong position. In ramp room, the flick up doesn't land.
Oh, that was so close, but here comes FASHR. And when his teammate's down,
this, surely.
but they can use their positioning, but Score ends up going down and they don't react. FASHR gets the double. Intelligent to expect 2 up in the rafters still. He's able to close up 2. That's a big round for fnatic.
I thought Score was just going to hide. I
Yeah,
thought he was going to
same.
sell Techno
Yeah.
down the river and just play to win out the round there and go, okay, yeah, look, we're both in. Yeah, that right there. That one is going to sting a little bit because of this type of investment. So Blitz, he understood that he needed to take that space because they didn't have a molly, but he was way too ahead of the play right. They didn't have any trade potential, and then FASHR just gets away with this. So a little bit unfortunate for IHC here, and that could have been the round, as you said in the previous, where they had the double ramp, right? That showed how easy it could have been to get in towards that B side.
Yep.
And we were looking at Inferno as well. It's a similar story where their IHC side got off to a really good start and then lost a few rounds like
With
that.
numbers,
Yeah, and it lost a few rounds like that just let Inferno slip away from them. So timeout here for IHC just to try and mentally recover from that kind of round. I think Yankee was saying on the desk after that, you know, they sometimes play a little too quick, and it's a typical underdog feature. When you play a little bit too quick in those situations, you make the wrong decisions, and the side of fnatic able to capitalize. Galil's out in force here. 4 picked up, and Annihilation down to the Deeg.
Is this us?
That's us.
Okay.
They'll take a shot with a Nerf gun. All right.
Where is this coming from?
Who is it? Here we go. Take a shot.
Is he going to fire?
Take your best shot. But I'm going to shoot back.
I don't think he fired.
He
Did
did.
fire?
He did. It was a little high.
Okay. Well, a good attempt.
They're having a little bit of fun with it. The cameramen haven't used the
if the
weapons.
cameramen are getting involved in nonsense, now we know we're having
That's
a
what we
good
like
time.
to see.
But they know that money is still a pressing issue right now. IHC have invested again, right? So the bomb goes down. Get another investment in.
And I kind of like this. I mean,
I
you
do
don't have
too.
a whole lot of resources, but if you can capitalize on that success in the previous round of bringing it so low, man, that would boost you up in the early going of Nuke.
Roy's coming up through Secret. This could be massive. But the Molotov comes in just the right time. That's going to hold Roy back for the time being.
Nikodos has to, yeah, he's more than aware.
He is aware, but not able to hit the shot. Blitz is continuing to move around with
He's
these
in so much
smokes.
trouble.
He's taking a lot of risks right now, Blitz, and yeah, that's eventually going to go that way. If he'd gotten something, though, surely a pop into the upper bomb site, but you've put a lot of resources
Exactly.
to get him into that position.
Now what?
And now you got nothing left in the tank.
Well, they're coming back to Roy and Crims together inside of the ramp room. Techno 4K with a lovely headshot. Nikodos' turn to try and step up, and he will do that. He will take down Bartak and the bomb in one foul shot and a second one. And Nikodos just keeps going for good reason. A third kill, and just Annihilation alone, and Nikodos just add him to the conveyor belt of death, but Annihilation at least fights back. The only player to do so versus Nikodos, and 4-4, we're all tied up again, and the money's gone for IHC.
Yeah, and that philosophy of just trying to break the economy with the kind of aggressive plays and take advantage of it, it's gone now for IHC. They don't have that option, so this has got to be around they sit back on a pistols, maybe some light armor. They'd love to do a little bit more damage, but you're not going to get any significant advantage moving forward, even if you do win it.
It is crazy, though, how much space Roy knew that he had in that environment to push up out of Secret into Warehouse to then catch Blitz in the fade, because it was like it was a trap. You had Nikodos around with the AWP, you had Mezzi over towards main, and you had Roy even pushing up for that type of a fight. So they were very, very confident in what the maneuver was from Blitz there. That could be a slightly worrying sign.
There goes Blitz.
Oh,
There goes Score. Nice shot from Nikodos with the op. It's starting to heat up. It's starting to get back to that map 1 AWP that we liked.
and just think about the game yesterday for G2. Nikodos was just incredible. He was the biggest reason as to why they were toppled, and the amount of crazy kills he was going for outside, just these multi-kills against guns as well. So if Nikodos starts to find some form, this is where we could see fnatic hit the next gear.
How do you guys feel about this, right? Regardless of which team wins here, I feel like we postpone any team interviews because the winners have to play again today.
Yeah.
Regardless.
I think that's a good idea.
You know, we postpone that, we let them focus in, we don't worry them with any of the nonsense that we're
Let them go eat, let them
here.
take a nap, let them go sit in the couch.
Yeah, give them some time to
Being
recuperate.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's difficult playing 3 maps into your decider game at the end of the day.
Well, this is where the conversation started, I think, after Inferno. I came through and I was like, yeah, this is great for fnatic. Now they just go walk at home on their map choice. They should be really comfortable. Overpasses their home. They get it done in 2. They can conserve some energy. They don't have to worry about getting stressed. Well, now it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Now it's the complete opposite. And IHC already have 4 rounds on this T half.
Yeah, a couple more, and they're sitting very nice. They'll be happy. Although I guess the other side of that, too, is even just speaking to Kita before the game actually began, remember he mentioned, we've already played Eternal Fire in this group stage, so we've already done the research. It's not like we have to scramble between the games.
Yeah.
They get to revisit the research they've already done.
Here comes the outside smokes again, tossed out for IHC. One player looking to play with it is Bartak. And I'll just let him move. The problem yesterday for G2, and we interviewed Hooksy at the end of the day, he was saying Roy was the player that was causing them the most problems overall with how many good positions he found himself in. Well, he's here again.
Dear.
And look at this, he's coming out. Here comes the attack into the top site though. Techno and Bartak, multiple kills in, and Crims from Heaven, again, good for 1.
I think they knew that response, though, from Roy. Bartak just sat in the smoke waiting for him that whole time. Crims goes down next.
Ooh.
Do you want to mess with Nikodos? The op has got to jump the gauntlet, and indeed he does, but FASHR's ready and waiting. Clotheslined in lobby.
That's the
and
bomb.
Score and Bartak in the complete wrong positions.
They have to run back into the lobby to get the bomb, and that means going into FASHR, who sprinkles more damage onto Score. They're holding him back. Nades being thrown in, flashes, everything. But the kitchen sink thrown at FASHR here. He still stands strong. Another kill for FASHR, and you'll lock it out. fnatic with 6. Even when Roy gets caught, they still find the answer.
That's a really good round, though, because you think about the decision-making from IHC. Okay, we throw a smoke wall last time, and then 3 players are basically positioned to deal with us just to find Blitz on the lurk. Okay, let's do it again, and let's go into a top pop with this as a fake. So they had Roy out of the play, sure.
Yep.
They were able to get into the A site and get the kill, but there wasn't the follow-through from IHC. I feel if they had more bodies in towards A, they could have fortified that bomb site and likely won the round.
Yeah, it didn't feel like they got some of the kills in upper, but it didn't feel like their idea was to finish there, right?
No.
They were immediately heading towards ramp room. So yeah, maybe just a little too complex, maybe a little too tricky, but it didn't. All the pieces didn't line up on that one, despite them being some good-looking pieces.
Ooh, looks aren't everything, Jason. I've learned that throughout my life.
Personality does matter, Dinko.
It's a great win if you have both.
Yeah, you're in a driver's seat if you have
Yeah.
both.
It's just been a tough string of rounds, hasn't it, for IHC now? How many in a row is this consecutive that they've lost here?
This is going to be the 6th in a row.
Okay, so yeah, again, another great
And
start
7 of
into
8.
another cool-off. But this is the thing, it's T-side Nuke, so they do need to get going still. A kill or two here would be great, otherwise fnatic are going to really start working on this CT side economy. Everybody will have at least one residual buy available.
Well, this is also why it's so nice that you get the pistol round and the converted second round if you're IHC, because like you kind of get that breathing room to where you don't need to have like the most excellent T-side nuke. If you can scrape together like 2 gun rounds after this, maybe get a lucky on a round here or there, 5's not anything to be upset about when you go into the second half against fnatic.
Looks like a timeout has been called here.
That's going to be by IHC. It's their second.
Yeah, so a conversation to be had about how they want to proceed forward for the remainder of this half.
And it's probably going to be a difficult conversation too, because remember, we've seen them kind of do some pace changes. They've had those fast, explosive tactics towards ramp room, towards the upper bomb site. We've had them try and go secret with bodies. We've had them try and lurk people towards secret on their own. A lot of it hasn't really panned out. So all of a sudden you're running through some of these ideas that you might have had and you realize all of them got like an X next to them. They're not something you feel like you can go back to because you've been stopped cold.
The body language isn't telling of a confident team, but maybe that's just the way they like to chill. I don't know. I'm just was trying to.
Yeah, we're still gonna know these guys.
Mighty Maniac here to give us the actual
Diving into the psychology.
Is it a prognosis?
Yeah.
Diagnosis?
Diagnosis is what's wrong. Prognosis is the treatment plan.
Okay, well, we need both.
Yeah, we do.
Just gonna go A again here. So this clear the game plan is do the smoke wall yard, hope it draws a rotation, execute in towards the A side.
Oh, good Molotov. Or incendiary from fnatic, just holding him back, keeping him at bay inside of the lobby. And in the meantime, Messi's going to take that opportunity to push up into the hut. He should actually be good for at least one here, and he's got FASHR pulling the initial attention away, so Messi can still hold this spot. Nikodos getting a kill too. fnatic looking very good on this hold. Finally, Score starts to create a little bit of space, but you've taken the sting out of the attack, and you know, only hope is really getting that bomb down B, and unfortunately, Score's made it down the vent, but the bomb's left a squeaky door, and Blitz can't find the vent. Oh, so awkward.
Yeah, really starting to fall apart now, aren't they? Just from what was good ideas to just misses to now getting obliterated. This wasn't even a starter of a round here. They didn't get too many look-ins whatsoever.
The support players for fnatic right now on this map are playing really strong. Nikodos being mobile with the AWP. He was positioned over towards ramp room. He's been there to help Crims at a number of times, so they're a little concerned, but he's up that ladder quickly to add one more kill in. And then obviously Roy, we've seen a number of times moving around secret, falling back, coming over towards ramp room to help Crims. He's also having a very good game. So the mobile players of fnatic are getting there at the right moments. They have a good read at this situation.
It feels a little bit to me like this outside wall smoke situation. They're not selling it very strongly because they haven't gotten away with any of their moves. So by throwing the smoke wall, unless you're actually going to follow it up, unless you're going to take the secret space or condition the warehouse player to worry about you lurking through those smokes, you're going to be in a difficult position.
They need to get a win off of that, right?
Exactly.
Like send 3 bodies and actually crack into the lower bomb site, actually just win a round off it for fnatic to really feel nervous about the smoke wall.
And it might be too late in the half considering we're already at 8-4 now.
Yeah, 3 rounds left.
Oh, they do have a smoke wall available to them. And here it comes. It's going to be deployed. Nikodos looking to catch one just before the smoke pops. He did see a player just out to the right side of his scope there, and Blitz is very quick about getting down secret. The rest of his teammates following suit this time.
They have no smokes though for down low. They have 1 on Score, excuse me.
And Mezzi's here already in the vent. First headshot is good. Annihilation needed to hit that, and he hits a great shot. Although Techno 4K not finding as much success, but Annihilation and Bartek go forward, and IHC are up a player. There's a player on the ramp already rotated down. Bartek, it's Nikodos close towards him. And Nikodos extends if he overextends, but he gets another read. The awareness for Nikodos in this series has been incredible. He should have went down there. FASHR's got caught towards secret though, and it's all on Nikodos. I don't see IHC giving this one up. The positions are too strong. Nikodos does have a kit and a smoke, but he has to cross into the path of Annihilation. And time's ticking. Annihilation closes. Really good round from him.
And what I think the key to that whole round was Blitz. You could see he was like, hey, can we just stop being little scaredy cats? Can we just push on in and take this space? Because he went with such pace in that scenario, right? He just led by example, ran on down. Sure, he was the first player to die, but he was immediately traded. And that's the type of situation as in-game leader. It's like, well, I have other players who are meant to take space. I'm just going to set the pace. Right? You're going to set the tempo for the round right here. And if they can deliver the necessary kills like this, then you're able to convert. So a big double up from Annihilation to get them into the site, and then the final kill to be the close. This was a necessary frag from Bartek onto Roy as well before he starts going wild.
Yeah, you were giving us some magic numbers on the previous map, Chad. On the T side of Nuke, what's usually the number you want to grab?
I think 5 or 6 is pretty good. I think 5 or 6, probably closer to the 6 mark.
Yeah, I think I'd be happy with 5, but you'd love 6.
Yeah, so if they can put one more on the board here, fantastic. If not, I still feel no harm, no foul. We have the classic scenario with get pistol and you're basically back in the game, right? Obviously with those conversions, that goes without saying.
I mean, funnily enough though, they won 1 gun round, I think, because I mean that's around with Tech 9s where they have that speed to get into secret. Their gun rounds haven't been pretty at all for IHC, but still will be happy. And again, going back to secret, maybe not, coming through the wall this time, but the rest of the follow-up players are actually going down.
Yeah, Nikodos is completely distracted by the one player. He knows is crossed in towards Warehouse, but where has he gone? Blitz making the move to outplay him, but Nikodos finally finds him, and all the kills from fnatic start to roll on in. Annihilation and scored the last 2 remaining for IHC in round 14.
I think you can just see the shallow playbook of IHC on this map now too. I mean, remember they tried that ramp bust previously that almost worked. They went right back to it. This time they go down secret, they win around, they go right back to it, but fnatic have the correct rotation.
Just Annihilation fighting Roy eventually falls. 9 rounds now for fnatic. The best case scenario is getting 6 for IHC, but as you said, Jason, it looks pretty weak over these last few rounds for IHC. Definitely running dry.
Because they won on a lower purchase before, they should have another buy or at least another decent looking purchase here for the last round of the half. But it's interesting, fnatic, I suppose this is a moment of not feeling pressured in enough places on the map because they always have so many bodies to deal with the plays, right?
Yeah.
Like, how are they straight towards lower with 2 individuals as soon as that's spotted? They're just immediately having these crossfires set up.
I mean, IHC's playing a very different game than what they played on Overpass or Inferno, right?
He's got himself the first blitz just running into the AWP, and he's under so much pressure. Perhaps speed is just the name of the game for IHC. Well, Roy again finding himself a really strong spot, and that's taking the sting out of the attack. Maybe he can get another one too. He knows he slowed this down, so why not? Why not go back for a double dip? Tastes better the second time.
Bang! What a swing from Bartek. Roy caught in between 2 places, not sure where to look. And this is somehow very doable for IHC. 2 on 2.
Oh, they're not going to molly over towards the double doors here. The doors are open. That's smoke. Mezzy could just disrespect this. They always get treated as walls. He's going to wait for his teammate, Crims, to join the fun.
Okay, well, 6 rounds back on here for IHC. They're doubled up towards ramp, and there's a lot of utility here for Annihilation. Most importantly, that Molotov still up.
The bomb's not really in a great position to be protected by these 2 guys.
Yeah, there's a smoke here for Crims. It really isn't planted for them at all, is it? It's a tough plant position. Crims can't break the window just yet. He's letting that clock run pretty low. Eventually got to get on towards it. Annihilation goes to the utility belt first. Mezzy's got a great headshot, but you got to smoke, and that's going to immediately be thrown on towards the bomb. The defuse being stuck, and Crims just holds it off. They banked every...
When I look at you, all I see is perfection. I'm so depressed and I don't know the reason, just wanna feel better. Hate my reflection. When I look at you, all I see is perfection. I'm so depressed and I don't know the reason, just hope I feel better. Don't know the reason, just hope I feel better. I just hope I feel better. Look in my eyes, you seeing victory. We ain't taking L's, death to our enemies. You see the drip on me, you cannot get with me, you cannot stop me. Sit back and watch me straight to the top. When we drop, you better join us. Boy, we hot, money in the bank, yo, we ain't playing. You should've listened when we said we staying. We ain't going nowhere, we ain't got no fear. Sit back and take notes, cause homie, we get hit. Let's get ready for the rumble. All y'all welcome to the jungle. Hold up, y'all really tryna come at me? Bring it on. Enemies all around, ready for war now. Standing on his ground, and we will not give up the crown. Fighting till the end, we stay until we win. Y'all better bring it on, cause this is our battle song. Into the jungle, into the jungle, bring it on. What in the world, huh? You all in my nerves, huh? You never return, huh? When you enter in the jungle. Look in your eyes, I'm seeing trouble. You were the champ, but I'm taking that buckle. You a Goliath, but I got the sling. I'm taking your head when I enter the ring. No matter what opposition that you bring, I will be standing cause I am the king. I am the lion, this is my jungle. Like a gorilla, ready to rumble. All out till we take the crown. We ain't giving up, we ain't backing down. We the new money, about to rise up. Time to move over cause your time's up. Way too hungry, never be denied. Pain in my eyes.
It's 10-5 and Fnatic are leading the way. That means they are currently on track to go and play Eternal Fire in the decider game of Group A. IHC, they did have another great lead, Jason, but it's all gone wrong yet again.
Yeah, it's all gone horribly wrong. It started out well, but the gun round's just flat. Not able to figure out a decent enough T side, but look, you can do something with this. And once again, if you win the second pistol round, that gives you a leg up, and you at least have some advantage to talk about. But also, we were surprised on Overpass, so let's let ourselves, be open to the idea of surprise here on Nuke as well.
Yep, I'm definitely open to anything at this point. Blitz has got in the vent with a knife. So maybe he might be able to get something done there, but Roy immediately jumping over the top of main, just swinging around towards Hell, and FASHR, his aggressive move, has got the first pick.
Yeah, same with Roy's, out towards the top of Heaven. So Techno lost track of someone lurking out the door. Now you got to push in and make a play, and that's where Fnatic's going to punish you.
Well, Bartek just down at Hell. Would be a hell of a clutch. But just the first step taken. Bomb goes down. A second kill from Bartek.
Give him one more. Give him a chance. Give him a puncher's chance in this round.
Gonna make a big mistake here, Fnatic, to let him fully into it, but they're not making too many mistakes right now. He has to go and fight Crims, and he will get taken out. So Fnatic win the pistol. IHC, they really needed that one, and they're gonna go for the force investment here.
Yeah, that hurts. This is when you start to feel, if you're IHC, like you're buried in a bit of a hole. So we'll see if they can come back from it. Yeah, FAMAS picked up on score, upgraded pistols elsewhere. Annihilation is gonna grab a deagle right at the end.
It was cool to see this push up the vent. Blitz's gun obviously gives him away. Maybe he could have got the surprise and maybe something could have happened there in tandem with Bartek, but not to be. 11-5 though, and Fnatic. We'll see what they go with as their call. FASHR, he's sent off to watch the ramp progression, and it's fine. Just a slow round. Majority of players in it.
And Fnatic's going to be okay with this. They're like, okay, well, now we know they've deployed all this utility second round by. We just wait it out. Just be patient. Just don't try and make a play while this utility and these smokes are up, because you know there's just not enough on IHC to last the entirety of the round.
And Blitz is already towards Secret, so he's looking for this first fight to try and give his team a chance. And he has seen a lot of info that no one is actually pressuring outside at the moment, so you can actually stack your forces inside.
They might push this, though, with score coming up here, right? I mean, FAMAS maybe at a longer range battle, maybe you bait him in, but again, in a round like this, that's a good amount of your resources stuck in Secret.
I think it's a quick main play is the best play for them as they now realize this top site hit is coming in. FASHR's already through with the MAC-10. He'll clear out the top hut. You can see because of the Molotov, realizes he's just at the edge of the top hut and gets rid of him pretty quickly.
And the strength of this defense was on the extremities. It was in ramp room. It was in Secret. It was not anywhere close to the bomb site itself. So they were expecting Fnatic to be a little bit more spread out across the map, and they choose incorrectly. So 12-5 for Fnatic, and IHC is just going to rinse and repeat if they can save these weapons.
Well, Score's pushing forward, and that might put him in a bit of a risky position, so he decides he's going to drop away. He doesn't want to get involved in that fight. Realizing he's literally the only player on the CT side with a rifle right now. You really don't want to lose that. I don't know if they're going to get away with it, because Fnatic are thinking about hunting these weapons down. You see there's 2 players already close to red on the ground. That's Nikodos and Roy. Boots on the ground, having to peer around the corner, and Crims has actually done more damage than I thought it was possible from this range of the 5-7, but looks good for now until score, of course. The only player with the rifle goes down, Jason.
That's huge. I mean, he probably had a chance, I think, to actually cleanly get away towards Secret towards the end. He chose to stick around, and man, he's punished for that, and that hurts for IHC.
So now they're just down to the Deagles that they saved over, and that's not looking pretty. This is going to be 13 rounds for fnatic, bar any craziness. We'll see what IHC decides to do. You can't just play a standard round here.
Well, the problem is with 2 I mean, if you're IHC, I think you just stack over bomb site. There's 2 MAC-10s on the board for fnatic, so I mean, they can execute something fast. You don't have the utility to put in the choke points to really stop anything.
Score runs in towards the door, gets caught by Mezzy, and that's the first for fnatic, no issues.
Well, now Crims towards ramp room.
Annihilation comes back with his deke. And Bartak and the Annihilation combo.
Blitz is pushing very far outside. Roy's keeping an eye on it from deep, but Blitz is going to get caught for sure. Yeah, good find. And this has been the story of fnatic's T-side.
Really
they've really been able to punish any kind of aggressive response from IHC across every map.
You haven't really seen them get away with anything. And the other thing is when they're passive on overpass, they're punishing that too. So they're just punishing them in general. Techno, I don't know how, but that fire is not spreading to him at all. So he's just standing here, no problem. The 5-7 has got away with a kill on FASHR. Go on, Techno, what have you got? Maybe we can get another one, because the bombs just drop right in front of him. They have to come to him, and he knows that.
fnatic are waiting for him to be aggressive and turn the corner and waiting for this push as well. All the meanwhile, Roy is flanking, wrapping around, jumping up to heaven. So, I mean, there's a timer on this that Techno doesn't realize. Bartak's not going to be able to hold it all at bay.
Yeah, Bartak's actually just looked the wrong way at the wrong time.
That's Counter-Strike timing right there for you.
Yeah, that really is. You just got CS'd big time. 13-5, though. They lose just FASHR for fnatic, so their money is so good right now. So even if IHC win this round, they have to win it pretty cleanly. They can't have too many casualties, because if it comes down to a 1v1, fnatic will be able to buy up fully in the next round, and IHC will come into it with a couple of weaker purchases and lack utility. So not easy. That's what the road ahead looks like for IHC.
Yeah, they need to win this cleanly to have the confidence of some money behind them and just confidence in general, and then they need to go on a massive run. And both of those things feel very unlikely.
Nikodos up on the silo, the marshmallow or the Twinkie, whatever you want to call it. The Australians probably call it something really weird.
It's probably a bit crazy. Maybe they call it Tim Tam.
Tim Tam, yeah, that's a good one. Last chat later. Nikodos, though, doesn't matter what it's called, he's got himself 1 kill as Annihilation treads immediately. Nikodos hangs around a little bit too long, overstays his welcome. Annihilation sees all the smokes coming up, and that's going to sever his information flow.
Goes for a timing shot as well. Roy's just going to walk. No information being gathered by Annihilation. He's looking for a gap that is not there. And the rest of fnatic now start leaning towards the ramp room to join up with Roy's position. So Bartak is going to be the man to have impact for IHC.
Bartak is just doing a good job of just forcing them away, scaring them away.
And nobody's had to rotate because he did such a good job.
Yep.
Nobody's had to move. Roy's going to rotate right back into the crosshair of Annihilation. Nice, easy kill towards the upper bomb site we go.
Annihilation looks for more, but another smoke up in his face. He just gets gray screen this entire time. FASHR comes in with a lovely shot on the Khalil. Bartak again keeping it real. And, ooh, down to the 2 versus 2. It's Messi making a difference once more. The in-game leader always leads by example. Just Annihilation. He did have a clutch on overpass, and he misses the shot, unfortunately. That would have kick-started it all. And fnatic are in full control of this game. It just feels like they're about to cross over that finish line.
Complete control. And if you're IHC, you just have to buy everything. There's no more saving. There's no more half buys. There's no more just chilling and waiting till you have the money. You got to go for it. And that looks at the moment like 5 FAMAS across the board. 4 and an M4 for Annihilation.
Well, it's been great seeing the Mongolians in Europe. but I think it'll be a little while till we see them again in a big competition, right? So
I'm curious because I've heard they're going to spend some extra time here to boot camp, but I'm not. That hasn't been confirmed, so don't take it as gospel. But obviously the next thing up is going to be the Asia RMR
in Mongolia.
In Mongolia, in their home country, which will be something special for them, I'm sure. But yeah, I guess the way you paint it now at this point is it's this team getting more reps at these tournaments, getting used to the conditions, getting used to how everything's done, getting used to playing the better teams and practicing the better teams on all the maps. And that's been a constant conversation, is increasing the map pool. Past Inferno.
Past one map, yeah.
Make
We
it
got
two.
we got the Liquid fake 7 map pool, and now we got the IHC 1 map pool. Unfortunately, Blitz just has a big brain, so you can see it over the top that, and they just pick him off from afar. Bartak at least getting something here for IHC. It's not a clean sheet for fnatic, but it's certainly looking good for 15.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have the kill, but you've lost complete control of the map. So now you can see with outside compromise, Techno has to start flirting with Hut, and Bartak's going to start pushing up in ramp room, which is eventually going to put you in a dangerous position for Roy up on the roof. And fnatic is just waiting for any intel and what the next play is going to be before they make their decision. 30 seconds still left on the clock. Mezzi's outside deep with the bomb.
Ooh. Well, this is actually being pulled back single-handedly by Bartak. He pushes in, he gets another kill. And now we're back at a 3 versus 3. 20 seconds left for fnatic to push into the site. Score hot in their heels. Coming through. The bomb is down on the ground. Crimson and FASHR are getting the kills, but they've got to get the bomb to the site and find Bartak. And they will do exactly that. So 15-5. fnatic 1 round away from staying alive in EPL and knocking out IHC. And that will be a grudge match, a rematch against the Eternal Fire guys.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. And I mean, again, like we heard the conversation already. They've already, they've already prepared and practiced against this team, so they're kind of ready to go. For IHC, it's going to be tough. Obviously, a win over EG, but loss against MIBR, loss against Outsiders. They would have liked to have put a few more on the board, especially after the really impressive upsets back at Katowice over Furia and over Cloud9. But yeah. They'll go home a little disappointed.
They would have felt like they could have beat MIBR. I think that's the team they probably would have felt like they could have at least taken a map off, but they got 2-0 by them. Crim's holding Techno, taking a bit of a risk pushing forward. We'll see how far he wants to force the issue. Not going too far yet. Crims will just have to be patient himself. In the meantime, we'll take an eye on what the T's are doing towards outside. It's FASHR putting pressure on Secret. Blitz forced up into the peak. What a great game he had on Overpass. A bit far quieter here on Nuke. Just 1 kill for him in this round before FASHR trades him out. Now Techno finally activates.
Yeah, Crims didn't expect the angle. 3 on 4. fnatic's going to have to recover. They've got 1 flashbang in their pocket. Just picked up a Molotov now. But there's nowhere on the map that looks easy for him at the moment. Good find from FASHR. That's Annihilation outside. And now all of a sudden they can start working this. 2 players defending the upper bomb site, which is what it looks like fnatic wants to hit at the end of the day.
Mezzi climbing up to get ready to throw some utility in these final 35 seconds. There goes the Molotov in towards the top hut. FASHR starting to clear it out. Scores at Tetris, but the first peaks actually come from Techno. Score swings out immediately. FASHR reacts. Techno of Bartak, the last 2 Mongolians standing, and now it is only Techno 4K. Oh, I thought Nikodos would have done it with a pistol, but it doesn't matter how he does it. They just get it done. fnatic stay alive in EPL and knock out IHC. The Mongolians have to go home. They'll play the RMR. We'll see them later in the season, but fnatic have a rematch versus Eternal Fire.
Yeah, and I mean, that's very nice, and I think that's a great bounce back after losing a tough overpass, because I know fnatic guys were a little frustrated walking out of the studio, so to bounce back in that fashion is well done to just close out the series, exactly what was designed, and a little bit of heartbreak for IHC.